Let's go. Hi, good morning, everybody. Co-banker George. I hope you had a nice weekend. It was a very weather-wise, it was very nice, and I'm sure that you know that there's there's a ICSC convention going on in Las Vegas. Some of our agents are there right now. They're attending. Hope they have a good time. Over the weekend, I don't know. I don't know whether you know it or not. The chat GTP has a new version, which is a chat PT 4.440, which is like like an omni version. It was so fabulous. You ought to try it. They said that they're going to be free for a while to all the public. It should be it's very nice. It's that the feature is just fabulous. So you ought to try it. And also the Meta is coming up with some versions that say that they said it can be free to the public. So this AI race is it's going to get very interesting. A lot of things are going on, and it's just amazing. Another interesting news over the weekend was that China is getting the advance sell off of the bonds of U.S. bonds of $5.3 billion. It's going to affect the market quite a bit. If China's continuing to sell off the bonds. Because right now U.S. is experiencing stagflation, and yet Jerome Powell doesn't recognize that. He said, "Hey, there's no stagnation, stagflation." I didn't see either one. So it's going to be interesting. I hope that he will realize that our economy is not doing very well, not as well as they think, and we should have some kind of interest reduction, but nothing we can do right now. We just have to wait patiently and see how it unfolds. Okay, that's my little introduction for this meeting. Today we're honored to have John to give us the feature speaking today, but I'm going to let him go last. I'll first introduce all the other affiliates first. So let's go with Andrew first. Andrew, good morning. How are you today?
Hey, morning, Peter. Morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Yeah, it's kind of cold out there, but I believe this will be a good week for us. Anyway, this is Andrew from Pacific Alliance Bank. We are currently promoting non-QM mortgage programs where we do not look at tax return pay stubs, and just basically 2 years of your employment history, as well as 2 months bank statement to verify source of down payment, plus 12 months reserve, and other closing costs. All right, and also right now, our rates are currently at 7.25 fixed 3 years, and so forth. So also we're waiving 1,500 processing fee as of now until May 31st. So give me a call if your customers are looking for a non-QM program where we can get it done very fast. I say within 30 to 35 days. Okay, so give me a call. And also we are currently promoting SBA loans too as well. And our 6-month CD, okay, we pay 5% APY. And we have a lot going on in Spain right now. All kind of program that can fit you, your customers' needs. So give me a call. I'll leave my number in the chat room. I'm here to help you. Okay, looking forward to talk to you guys soon. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Andrew. Appreciate it. Next is Nicole Menard. Nicole, good morning. How are you today?
Good morning. Happy Monday. Welcome to a new week. Nicole and Yvonne, Fidelity National Title. Wishing you all a wonderful Memorial weekend. And right now is the perfect time to front load your marketing as we get ready to head into the summer selling season. So reach out to us for some tips to help you with your business. We look forward to working with you and have a successful week. Nicole and Yvonne, Fidelity National Title, and I dropped our info in the chat box. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole. How's Yvonne, by the way?
She's good.
A little bit.
She's good. Thank you for asking.
Okay, good. Say hi to her for me.
I will.
Okay.
Thank you,
All right.
Peter.
All right, thank you. Hi, Nancy. Good morning. How are you today?
Good morning. Thank you very much, Peter. And I'm here on the bright and early on Monday, and business is still coming in. I don't want people to get discouraged. I mean, we cannot depend on the government, but we can work harder, work smarter, right? And then get our business going and forget the negativity. So I'm here to help you with any kind of your farming needs. I met with a couple of agents in the George Realty, and we're going ahead to do some changes in how they market. So here I am, Nancy Chan, 40 years in the business. If you need any help, give me a call. Thank you. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Nancy. I like your positive attitude. That's the way to go.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
have to leave a little early because I got another appointment. So thank you,
Okay, no
Peter, for
problem.
letting me
Yeah.
here. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, everybody. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, let's see. Next is Sandy Franco.
Good morning, everyone.
Good
Happy
morning.
Monday. A little drizzly out here in Santa Clarita. I don't know what you're missing, John, but I got a little drizzle out here in Santa Clarita.
No drizzle.
Little May gray out here, and I'll take it because for a home warranty rep, there's 2 seasons: air conditioning and not air conditioning season. So I'll take the not air conditioning season as long as I can. This is a beautiful weekend. It's not going to be too hot. Get door knockers and go out into your farm. I'll bring some by the office. I'll do whatever you need. If you text me or email or call me today, I'll bring them out on Wednesday so you have them for this weekend. I'm committed to helping you guys grow your business. I'll put my info into chat. Have a fantastic week.
Thank you so much, Sandy. All right, let's Unita Wu. How are you today, Unita?
Morning, everyone. Unita Wu with Home Warranty of America. I hope you guys are doing well. My daughter's a little sick today, so she's home today, or I don't know if she's faking it or not, but she is sick. Anyways, just want to say hello. If you guys do need any farming, please let me know. We do have those door hangers that we could be able to supply for you as well, and some of the marketing material, the goodies that you could be able to reach out to me, that I'm happy to send you as well. Please, for the home warranty, reach out to us as the rep if you need to order as well. The CC has a copy with the escrow as well, so we could be able to order correctly for you. Sometimes there's an ADU need to be add on because we don't know as the rep there's an ADU, or sometimes there's a swimming pool that need to be add as well. So we need to know all of this stuff so you could be able to get the correct package for the buyers. If you do have any question for home warranty, please reach out to me. I do speak English, Chinese, Mandarin, and Indonesian. Thank you again for continued business. Thank you.
Unita, if you have an ADU, is that going to be a separate policy, or it could be included in that policy but with a higher price?
Will be included with just additional package for it.
Okay.
You don't need to have a separate one.
I see. And how much would that be with the ADU? What's the pricing?
The gas unit is about $250.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It will cover the whole house of the additional ADU on it.
No, but if it is connected to the main house, would you need to have an addendum to that?
If it's separated, like
No, if
basically
it is
the entrance is
attached.
separated, then you probably have to, because sometimes like it's kind of like a mother-in-law unit.
Right. But if it is connected to the main house,
If it connected, it's not separated, then you don't have to, because it's just additional
it won't be
stuff.
considered as an ADU, then yes, it will be considered as the main house as well.
Yeah, so sometimes like the ADU is kind of separated, it's like in the back, the behind,
Yes.
or they have their own appliances and stuff. But then if they're like one house and they just need an extra appliances, we do sell an extra additional appliances only. Just if they have a second dishwasher, range, oven, cooktop, they don't need to purchase an ADU.
I see. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Peter.
All right, Brandon, you're next. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Peter. Good morning, CBG. Just wanted to give everyone a call. I was actually, or just let everyone know that I was down at the EIC conference this weekend, and I heard some really interesting stuff. When it comes to escrow and when it comes to the NHD, right? A lot of times, and I want to just credit everybody that you guys have been doing a great job of ordering the NHD early. But just remember that all of us are a team. And the earlier you do things, especially like the prelim and the NHD, doing that early is just going to help everyone along the process. So you're helping escrow when you order with us, when you get all that information, the FHDS filled out, just remember that when we're putting all this stuff together, once you get this information, the only thing you need to do with the NHD is just update it when it gets to escrow. There may be a change. Most cases, there isn't a change, but just remember that there is no penalty if you order early, but this just helps escrow. This helps everybody along the process. So if you do have to do that fire hardening defensible space, that's going to be done early, because if you do it early, there isn't going to be a challenge when it comes to closing, and there's not going to be a challenge on the NHD side. And that's something that I always tell agents that we never want to have happen. So just remember that, and just remember that the earlier you order, we can get all that stuff done as soon as possible. And this is something that I was just going to mention. An escrow officer told me that it does differ every single or every single city that you get that FHDS inspection with. I had an escrow officer said it took her 30 days to get one of those inspections, or just the information, because a lot of these cities, and it was LA City, she had to drive to the brush clearance department. The department that actually deals with it is accounting. And so she couldn't even get into the accounting building to get the disclosure document, the inspection document. So just remember, the earlier you do it, it's going to make it so much easier on escrow, so much easier on your closing. And we just want to make sure you get paid on time. So just remember, the earlier you do these things with the NHD, the better it is for you and your clients. So I'll get off my soapbox.
Yeah, just want to make it clear now, if the escrow doesn't close later on,
Yep.
they don't have to pay for that, right?
You do not, right? Correct.
That's good. That's a good deal. That's a good deal.
Yep. But the earlier you get it, the better
Yeah.
it makes it for everybody.
That's true. That's right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Now we come to Team Young Inc. Melissa. Are you there? Yeah, there you go. You have to unmute yourself.
Go ahead, I have my mic on.
Okay.
Talk loud.
Okay, can you hear me? So,
Yeah,
I'm
Sally,
from
can you have to
Team-
talk a little bit louder?
Yeah, so I'm from Team Young company. So we do termite inspection, mold inspection. We are general construction company. So we also do wood repair and remodeling. So please contact me if you need. So we can do this service to avoid when you transaction to make your transaction smooth. Okay, thank you.
Melissa, do you do mold inspection for commercial real estate?
Yes, we do.
Okay, and then you do remediation too, right?
Yeah,
In case you find out what there's some mold problem, you do the remediation as well, right?
yes,
Okay, all right.
yes, thank you.
Hey, Peter,
Yeah.
there's one more announcement. It'll be less than a minute. Go ahead.
Hi, good morning, everyone. This is Nanette. I just wanted to mention that West San Gabriel Valley Realtors will be having an event on June 1st. It's a Saturday. It's a home fair. And this might benefit all of us. All are welcome. Bring your potential buyers or sellers, maybe buyers that are on the fence to purchase a home. They can come to this and they can learn a lot about the transaction. So maybe if they're on the fence, this can kind of move them along. And on the seller's side, they can learn the perspective of what to expect from what the buyers will be expecting also. So this is good for everybody. There will be an in-and-out truck there. There will be lunch provided for the first 250 people. But there will be vendors there, so there will be speakers also. It's June 1st at the San Gabriel Hilton, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. For more
10 a.m.
details, just contact West San Gabriel Valley Realtors.
Is it free for everybody?
It's free, yes.
And it's on Saturday
Registration is
too.
recommended, but it's not mandatory.
And it's on Saturday too.
It's on a Saturday,
Yeah,
I
that should
believe
be
in about
good.
2 weeks, yes.
Oh, wow, that's great. That's
The
great.
weekend after
Yeah,
Memorial Weekend.
Do you have to register?
It's recommended, but it's not mandatory.
so
So
if you-
even if you just show up, yeah, that's fine.
Okay, okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
I can send you the flyer, Peter, and then if you can.
Okay, yeah, that would be nice. Then I can e-blast it to everybody.
Okay, thank you.
Remind them. Okay, thank you very much. It's a good deal. All right, I think that that's all the affiliates other than John Wax. Do we have anybody that we missed? Well, if not, then John, we are so honored to have you here today to tell us about your SNAP NHD, and I'm sure that you have a lot of important information, and I appreciate that very much. So go ahead, John.
Thank you, Peter. I'm in a screen share. If I can get up, let's go. What are we doing here? Whiteboard. Okay. Let's do this. Why isn't it going? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, I want to go to what is it? Let's start over. Start over.
Did you open the file in your computer first?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you have to open the file first. In your
Open the
computer.
file first. Okay. We'll
Yeah, then you click it.
Okay. Got it. I will open the file right now. There it is. Okay.
But
Now I
it's
can.
blank. No, it's blank. You still have to go to you have opened the file and then you go to the share screen and
Yep.
then you look for the file.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing that. Here it is. How about that?
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, you got it.
Okay, good. Just a little gymnastics there. Sorry, I'm not a whiz about that kind of stuff. Anyway, I'm John Wax with Snap NHD Natural Hazard Disclosure Reports. This is my 30th year in the business. I'm here to guide you with your real estate transactions and with the NHD, the FHDS card form, and the wildfire disclosure report, as to name a few things. Up here at the top of the page is the estimator. We don't have a lot of time, so you can click on that. In seconds, you can see what supplemental taxes are anywhere in California. We do have a free renters report that allows you to look up any property with flood zone and also meet the requirement for the tenant flood zone report. It is a great little tool. I think I'm going to open it up so you can take a look at it real quickly. And it tells you both flood zones, special flood hazard and the dam inundation potential flooding zones. At the bottom of the page, it does have a map, and at the bottom of the page, you have signature spots for the client. Okay, so right here are the signature pages. So you give them a copy, you met their standard. So that's really good. All right, the next thing is I want to go into the sample report, because in here are some tools and things. There were changes that came about. One of them is this AB 1280 changed the NHD statement page and added 2 new fire points. So it's always had the very high fire severity zone and the wildland fire. But now it also has the high fire state responsibility and the very high local level responsibility area. So those are the 2 new things that have been added. We fill it in for you. You don't have to worry about it. Party sign. And in here, only parties that have to sign, unless the broker says otherwise, are the seller, the buyer, and the seller's agent. And by clicking the box like we do, it says that you chose us in good faith, you haven't looked up or investigated the information, and we relieve you of any liability. And then when the buyer signs, it says that he's received a copy of it, he understands it, and he signs off. And then within 3 days, that's a done deal. So that's why, yes, you order your reports at time of listing, and I'll go even a step further. I take it with you on the listing appointment. You only pay if it closes escrow. Okay, there's a bunch of zones that are, there's the 2 zones that the AB 38 deals with. And we tell you right here, is or is not located. It's green if it's not, is if it is. The two zones were 0 to 30 feet and then 30 to 100 feet, zone 1 and zone 2. Well, AB 3074 created zone 0. And what zone 0 is that from 0, which is where the building is, all the way out 5 feet, that's the zone 0. And what they call that also is the fire zone. So there should not anything planted up against the property, because that could create fuel for fire. So anywhere along here, right up against the property line should not be there. Okay, so that's what the zone 0 is, a defensible space, but that takes it even further than the AB 38. Okay, some of the other changes that have happened, AB 225 is changing the earthquake booklet. It has not happened yet. What they're adding is global warming, sea level rise, and the wildfire. So that is yet to come. We'll let you know when that happens, and everything will be updated because we own all our own data into our reports. Okay, here's how you order your defensible space. You don't have to make phone calls. You don't have to go chasing anybody. You just click on here. This will give you the CAL FIRE request. This gives you how to learn about what defensible space is, but that's how you do it through the state. In our report further, we give you the local link, because you can't call anybody to do this. They check these things regularly. They'll tell you what time they have and when they're going to be out there. We do have a snapshot in seconds. We can tell, you can look to see if there's anything you have to pay attention to in the report. There's 2 that are state. You got 4 additional, you got 2 county city, and 1 environmental. And then on this page 2 is the second place we tell you the property is or is not in a high fire or a fire zone that may require the use of the form, and also tell you about the special flood hazard zone right there. Okay, and then you can click right here and get the booklets. It brings you to the booklet page, and all the booklets are there, English and Spanish. Okay, now we are the only ones that include the decision tree. It is a tool that CAR put in there to help agents that don't know and are not familiar with the form. If they answer these questions, they will automatically fill out the defensible space portion of the form. Which is this. I say skip it because it's not mandatory, and go directly to the fire hardening and defensible space form. Okay, it is required to fill out if properties are in a high or very high fire severity zone, state level. Also, it is exempt if the property has an HOA, because you're not responsible as an owner in there. It's the HOA. If it's vacant land, it's not responsible because there's nothing to it protect. Okay, and then 3 other exemptions is if it's probate, no TDS. If it's vacant land, no TDS. And if it's a trust sale where all the trustors are passed away, then it's an exemption. Okay, we put in the name of the property. You know the parties involved. This is an explanation of what when it would be required. Talks about the let's make it bigger. Sorry, guys. Talks about the home hardening disclosure and when it's required. Properties that are in a high or very high fire severity zone, a TDS is required. 1 to 4 unit residential, and built before 2010. In 2010, the building code changed, and and then all the builders had to build within the special home hardening and reduced risk fire hazard building codes. So they're a build with retardant roof, special siding, no wood decks, all that kind of stuff. Okay, then what is dispensable space? Defensible space has all those, but not the 2010 requirement. So high or very high fire severity zone, it's a TDS required. and it's in a high or very high fire severity zone. Okay. And then it says here, it may be under C, it may be possible to determine if the property is in a high or very high fire severity zone. How do you do it? To contact your NHD NHD company to figure out if it's in a zone and talk to your representative. That's me. Okay, so that's the best way to do it. You can click on here to get more information, but your best way to find out if it's in a high or very high fire severity zone is to contact your representative. And then also they're the ones that are going to be able to guide you in this matter. Okay, so those are the definitions. Then we come down here, fire hardened disclosure. This is the ones where the property is in a high or very high fire severity zone, TDS required, 1 to 4 unit, and it's built before 2010. You have these questions: eaves, soffits, and roof ventilation where the vents have openings in excess of 1/8 of an inch. Yes or no? The way it's filled out, you guide them to this, you ask them the question, and then they answer it. If they don't know, it's no. If they say yes, it's yes. Okay? And you go through all these: roof coverings made of untreated wood shingle, combustible landscaping or other material within 5 feet of the home. And we talked about the 5 foot, the 0 zone. Single pane or non-tempered windows, loose or missing bird stops or roof flashings. That's the area at the pitch of the roof where there's a little hole there for ventilation that has to be covered so that birds and squirrels and whatnot can't bring any combustible dry material, because they want to avoid that. They do not want wildfire or embers to be able to fly in there, catch that dry materials, and then boom, you have an instant fire in the roof. And then the last thing was the rain gutters without metal or non-combustible gutters. Last year, I spent a lot of money because of insurance purposes and to do a lot of these things. I did get the rain gutter cover. The rain gutter cover, I went through leaf filter. It took about 3 hours, and they changed and fixed my my gutters, the downspouts, and everything. Now it's a lifetime thing. The other thing is they come out and check it for free, and it's one-time transferable. I'm not a advertisement for leaf filter, but they are a recommendable and reputable company. All right. Any questions? Okay,
John,
we'll get.
John, you know those gutters and things, but when they come and inspect it, do they at that time kind of clear that out or make it more useful?
Yeah, well, they either recommend to change it, or because I had mine put up, so they straighten it out.
Mhm.
They made sure they were totally clean. They flushed them.
Yeah,
They made sure
They
they
do that.
worked. They
And
made
they-
sure they worked,
they-
and then they
they-
cut.
they do that for free?
No, that's part of the charge when you
Part of the charge.
when you order them. They'll inspect for free, I think, but I
Yeah.
think for the work they will. Yeah, it
Okay.
costs. But like I said, it's worth it because it's
Yeah.
lifetime. You'll never have to deal with it. If you find there's an issue or whatnot, you call them out and they fix it.
Yeah, it's a good deal. Yeah.
It's
Good.
I know. You know, I was thinking about it, and I was sitting on my couch and seeing all those at the night, seeing all those commercials, and I'm going, well, you know what? I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
better figure this out because it's getting tight. Insurances, like I said, if you're not hooked up with a good insurance broker who can help you and shop different companies, you're going to be in trouble. Okay, we're going to move on to defensible space. So the defensible space section, we talked about the 2 areas. I'm not going to batter it to death, but it'll ask you local compliance requirement. The property is or is not subject to local vegetation management requiring defensible space. You don't have to click nothing. You can, if you want, go to my right here where it says AB 38 and click on it, but I'm just going to do it for speed purposes and get to that page. You click on it and it comes right here. AB 38, you click on it. It talks about how to prepare for wildfire. It talks about ready for wildfire and preparedness. It also talks about survey and how to request an inspection, local inspection. Boom, it's right there. You're not calling anybody. You click on there, fill out the form. They get back to you in 45, but usually 2 days max. Also here, we talk about there's the property. That's the county. This is your APN number for that property. Local vegetation ordinance, boom. Title 32, section 4909, LA County. You got it right there, guys. That's where you're going to know whether or not the property has a local vegetation ordinance. Required for close of escrow, I'll get back into that, that's a requirement in 2 counties up north, Truckee and Paradise, where you have to get, the seller's required to get the inspection and compliance documentation done prior to close of escrow. You can't close escrow without it in those 2 counties. And then here's the last place where we say subject property is located in a high or very high fire severity zone. So there's 5 places where you see it, but I want to go back to the form because I know I have limited time and Peter has a lot of interesting information to get to. Oh, by the way, automatically you get a flood hazard or a flood cert to every property. So if there is something going on with the property, is not, you do have one, you can move that along to the insurance company and to the lender. So you'll know ahead of time whether or not there's going to be a problem with flood. Okay, now we're going into these part. Number 2, property is in compliance. You don't know that unless an inspection was done. Property is not in compliance. You don't know that. You just skip that area. Okay, so we're clicking up here. Yes, it is subject to a local vegetation ordinance. Number B, we skip altogether. Number C is where we actually go into what the seller is going to respond to. Okay, buyer and seller agreement regarding which property shall be applicable state or local defensible space. Buyer's responsibility, no local ordinance. Skip that because we know there's a local ordinance. Number 2, buyer's responsibility, local vegetation management ordinance in effect, which requires compliance as a result of the sale of property. I just told you it is not in LA County a requirement, but it is the best way to know if a property is in compliance with defensible space and a home hardening. That is the best way. It's not required. Okay, you can still close on time, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Truckee and Paradise are the only ones that require that. It's not going to be buyer's responsibility though, but if you did try to leave it on the buyer, that could be one of the things, but that's not what you're going to do. Number 3, see how that sounds. Buyer's responsibility, local vegetative management ordinance in effect, which does not require the compliance as a result of the sale of the property. Buyer shall obtain documentation of compliance with the state defensible space laws within 1 year after close of escrow, or if applicable, apply with the local requirements after close of escrow. That's the one that sounds best because number 1, you're not putting any onus on your seller. The buyer, you're leaving it up to the buyer. You're still closing on time, but there is no one going to come up and knock on the door and say, let me see your local vegetation ordinance compliance documentation. No one's going to do that. There is no enforcement at this time. Then we go down to the seller ones. Seller's responsibility, local vegetation ordinance in effect, which requires compliance as a result of the sale of the property. That one is the Truckee and Paradise. Seller's responsibility, state or local compliance already complete. If state law applies only, either state or local shall deliver the documentation. Now, that would be only if you had a seller who was contemplating sale, savvy about it, and wants to get it done. But it's only good for 6 months. And I've never seen anybody so far tell me they've done that. And then the last one is seller's responsibility. Agreement to obtain state compliance shall be obtained documentation of compliance and delivered to buyer prior to the time the buyer's final inspection. I don't know any sellers that want to agree to that because it's a delay. And then what happens if they find out that it's not in compliance? It puts onus on the seller. Who's going to pay to put it into compliance? It just delays the fact. Here's where it talks about under D, local agency from which the copy of the documentation is. Well, if there's none done, you just skip it. And then the final inspection report disclosure shall seller has obtained the final inspection report, and that's only if he's done one. You click that, and then you put where they found it, where they can find the report. Seller and buyer sign, boom, documentation you have, and you can move that along to escrow. Both parties have signed and dated. It's a done deal. Guess what? Snap NHC is the only one that puts it in there if it's in a high or very high fire severity zone. You don't have to search anywhere else. It's right there. There's no clicking. It's right there. Okay. And there's and that's the flood cert. Okay. One of the other things I wanted to show you is taxes, real quick. The taxes. 1915 Melrose Pace Hero loans. Even though they're loans, they're paid back through the taxes. If it's been registered, it will be in our tax report. 1915, I know I can do a whole class on it, but these are the reasons why the taxes have to be reported. Because back then, a lot of people were being delinquent on paying them, and they have senior lien authority. Within 6 months, they can institute foreclosure proceedings because these were not paid. And 1915 bond could be $15. Melrose are a lot higher, and they both go from start period to end period. But with Melrose, you have an escalator, and it could go. I've seen them for 60 years now. These only if work is done in the district. Okay, full tax bill. I showed you where you can check out the estimated taxes. Here's another way. By clicking on this, it'll bring you right to that section. Okay. And then you have all the included, but advisories, and we give you status on those. Environmental. Okay. You guys have a super fun site right there at Maine and Garfield. It happens to be a school. It's a super fun site. It is hazardous to animals and people, and it is something that is monitored for cleanup, and also what the output is on its hazards, on the hazard output and everything. Conservation, we have all these things in there. I'm not going to go through them all, but solid waste is the junk or the trash, trash dump sites. And one quick story. I was talking to Leanne, who was the manager, working with Doug back in the Arcadia office. And I told her, order the premium, get the environmental. She only got the standard report. She found out in her property was in the middle of the block. On one side, it had a mechanic shop. On the other side, there was a cleaners. Both had leaking underground contaminated sites, and they were moving towards the property. I don't know what the outcome was, but it's something that you could have found out if you had ordered the report. It gives you the proximity to them right there and contact information. Okay. And my last thing is going to say the optional wildfire disclosure report. We are the only ones with a direct link to the Fortress Fire ordering site. We do not bounce back with an email saying, what is the roof type? What is the siding type? And asking questions. Because a lot of times your clients don't know these things. They may not be the original owner. And so we're the only ones that go there, it processes and it comes back, but order that through escrow so you can cancel it if you don't need it. As far as that go. And what is it? It's basically a roadmap to find out what wildfire disclosure, what wildfire risk is on the property and how to go about mitigating it. And that's basically what it is. It's very detailed. It's not like the NHC in-out determinations and then an explanation of what that section is. This goes into breaking down many little things like wildfire vulnerability, convective heat, radiant heat, ember entry, ember accumulation, critical structure to structure failure, vulnerability summary and action. And It is the best way to find out what actual risk is on the property. It's only one thing that the insurance company look at, and it does not guarantee your insurance. That insurance will issue insurance. And I thank you. That's it.
John, yeah, why?
A lot of info, I know.
It's a half hour presentation. But anyway, you have I know that you have a lot of material, and for people who wants to know more about it, you can
Right.
always call John, and John is very amicable and helpful in answering questions. So, okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
John. Appreciate that.
Thank you. Sorry about that, Peter. I went a little
All right.
long.
Okay. Okay. Before we go into the listing and the before I go on, do we have any other affiliate that came in late and didn't have a chance to present themselves? Okay, I guess not. Okay, so before I go into listing and the sales, I would like to make some announcement. First of all, I would like to thank those who attended the award ceremony on Friday. The past Friday was a very good event. We have good food, good venue, and a good company. We had a lot of fun, right, Michelle? And thanks for Michelle for organizing it, and it was very
Yeah.
successful event. Everybody was very happy.
Yeah.
And another announcement is the global luxury. Right now it's on full swing, and you know, this Coldwell Banker home office really encourage us to get into the global luxury, because this is one bright spot in the residential arena, and the global luxury is and the regular residential. And it can be very lucrative, you know, because those some luxury homes, you know, they're selling for 5 million, 10 million, and one of the agents got a listing for $30 million in San Marino, and right now it's in escrow. So can you imagine that even just 2% of the 30 million house is you rake in 600,000 commission just for one deal, okay? So that is a very good area to and been very lucrative. So in order to become a member of the Global Luxury, you have to register and go through a training class. The fee is $595, and also you have to do 2 deals within 2 years in order to be qualified into becomes the Global Luxury members. And once we become member, you get access to all the global luxury, the houses, and you know, you get networking, and it's very much worth it. Okay. The next announcement is that the new forms are going to be out in June. As you know, that there are two times that you have the new forms introduced. One is in June and one is this December, and the next one is in June. And I'm going to you know, walk you through some of the new forms that come into, and there are some other the seminars are offered by CAR, and you can register and listen to the seminars. And actually, last week I have sent Lee Blast some information regarding the schedule of the seminars. And in case you have any questions, you can always ask me or ask Michelle. Okay. And then there will be no meeting next week because of the Memorial Weekend. You know, I hope you will enjoy your Memorial Weekend instead of coming to work on Monday. That's next Monday. Okay. And also, I won't be here on the following Monday, which is June 3rd, because I'm going to be attending the Top 2 convention in Scottsdale, Arizona. So we're going to miss
Awesome.
2 weeks. So sorry about that. But Michelle and Doug will be here. And with that, I would like to bring up Doug Meyer to tell us what's happening in Arcadia office. Doug?
Good morning, everybody. Yeah, you know, when you were talking about San Marino, it reminded me, we used to have an agent here years ago who would sit in a room all day long and cold call just San Marino. But she made 1 or 2 sales every single month in San Marino off those cold calls. And we had another agent who, you know, who left to open up his own office many years ago. But I almost didn't hire him because I didn't think he was a very strong agent. Well, he would sit up in his office and cold call all day long. His second or third year here, he made $1 million in commissions himself, doing nothing but cold calling. I don't know what he said, but it worked. But anyway, there's lots of ways to get business. Cold calling is not my favorite, but I'm telling you, everything works. If you do it and do it religiously on a regular basis and put your heart into it, you will do business. And I'm telling you, I don't care what the interest rate is. There's business out there, lots of business. Okay, I want to talk about 4 new listings we have in our office. We have a residential income in Covina by Amy Wang. It is $1,530,000. I'm not sure how many units this is. We also have a residential lease in South Pasadena, 2-bedroom, 3-bath, $3,700 a month, Helen Lee. We have another residential lease in El Monte, 2-bedroom, 1-bath, Alden Lai, $2,550. And our last listing is a commercial lease, Sharon Chow in Alhambra on Palm Drive, $2,650. I'm not sure what that is, but commercial leases, you know, when you add up the years on the lease, you can make a lot of money that way. So I'd like to tell you about 4 of our recent sales, our leases. Christy Young and Alden Lai got together and leased out First Avenue in Arcadia for $4,200 a month. Stella Guan had a buyer. It's a new home on California Street in Arcadia, $1,069,000. And the one Peter mentioned earlier, Nick Borelli had a buyer in San Marino, $30 million. It's a 20-day escrow, all cash. So there are people out there with money, I'm telling you. You just got to find them. And then our last sale was Arthur He listed 4 units in Apple Valley a week ago, and he sold them. They're already sold for $758. So you get a good listing or a good buyer, you're in escrow in a week or so. So business is out there, guys. Keep plugging away. Always stay positive, work hard, and remember, you're in it to give service to the people. The money will follow, but your heart has to be in helping people. So good luck to everybody. And by the way, Peter, I won't be having a meeting here next Thursday. I mean, I'll have one next Thursday, but not the following Thursday.
Right.
So
Right.
after Memorial Day, yeah.
Right.
So
It's good.
that
And,
same week, I guess we have no meetings, huh?
we won't have meeting for 2 weeks. So,
Yeah, I'll be coming back from Hawaii that night. So
okay. All right.
anyway,
No problem.
okay, guys.
Problem
Thank you. Have
now.
a good week, everybody. Work hard.
All right. Thank you, Doug.
Thank you.
Good job. Wonderful. All right, then that's for the for Alhambra, we have 3 listings and 6 sales. Not too bad. The listing is on the light side, but we have a lot of sales this week. The listing, we have Mary Scott for listing the residential property in San Gabriel for 1.388 million. And Karina Pang for commercial lease, the $2 per square foot in Alhambra. And also Nina Shi and Tatiana Dang, they're working as a team. They had a listing of a residence in Reseda for 1.371 million. So, you know, there's a lot of people who are working as a team now, and they are pretty successful, like the Cindy and Cody, and you know, once they team up, their efforts just at a synergistic, you know, and growth synergistically after they become the team. So I think if you have somebody compatible with you in the office, it's very worthwhile to be working in a team. And now the Nina Shi and Tatiana team up together for the listing, and we see that. So that's very good. Congratulations, Nina and Tatiana. And the first sale is Nina Shi in Alhambra for 950,000, and also Kathy Wong has the land in Juniper Valley for 1.25 million. And she was the selling agent. Also, we have Anna Lasada, which has a piece of land, or actually, no, not a piece of land, but a resident for 626,000. in many feet. And also Rosa Reyes has a residence sales in Bowen Park for 660,000. Karina Peng has a lease for 9,000 per month in Monterey Park, and also the Lucy Clark has a lease in Bowen Park for 45,600. So those are the 6 sales. Not too bad. Congratulations on those people who are working hard and get the sales into the escrow. So now it's 10:55. You know, I was normally I will do a presentation of
Sorry, Peter.
that's okay, John. But now I think it's kind of late, and let's do it next time. But at this time, I would like to open the forum to everybody. And if you have any questions, or you want to share your triumph and defeat on the practice of real estate, you're welcome to bring it up and let's share with us. Okay, any things that you want to bring it to the table. So I open the forum to everybody. Michelle, you have anything to add, please?
No, I do feel that the market is picking up. I see a lot more going on in the office. And I know being out on the field myself, it just feels like there's more of a hustle going and things are just moving now. It's like people have woke up. So it's exciting to see.
Yeah. Yeah, you've been working very hard last week, I remember, and all of the leases and all the sales and all the listings. People are coming to you for listings. So that's a very good sign. And I hope that everybody is feeling the same thing. Any comments from other people?
For good of the order, again, most of you know that are on Facebook. My son was the valedictorian and his CSUN graduation in civil engineering, and he's off to master's, same place, CSUN. Thank you.
Wow,
Thank you for
that's
sharing.
great.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else I want to share? Any additional listing or sales or reduction in price that you want to announce? Any open houses?
Peter,
Peter.
I've got a buyer need. I have a friend of mine that is looking for any restaurant for lease or for sale that has a drive-through in San Gabriel Valley. If anybody has or you know of somebody else's listing or something, I'll be glad to share it with you. So anything with a drive-through, any kind of restaurant, fast food type restaurant with a drive-through that's available for lease or for sale, please contact me. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, and I also have a friend who's looking for commercial real estate from $10 million to $15 million around the San Gabriel Valley. And if you have any listing of that sort, let me know. I can kind of facilitate that as well. Yeah, as Doug said, there's a lot of rich people out there. They're looking for commercial real estate. And actually, right now, the commercial real estate is in a junction point where they have to look at the cap and adjust the cap, and so that the buyers can come in and buy the property. If the cap is right and if the location is right, there are buyers out there. Because commercial real estate is how it's income and expenses, right? I mean, if the income's more so to to offset the expenses in a healthy way, they will buy it. The people like to have investment properties. So if you have some commercial real estate client, this is the time to really drum up the sales or listings with them. Anybody want to share? Well, it's 10:59. So all right. If there's no more question, I would like to wish you a very nice week ahead. And you know, the weather is very nice. So go out and do some business. Okay.
Thank you, Peter.
I'm here for you, and have a
Okay.
great Memorial Day and have a great vacation.
Okay. Thank you. See you
Bye,
in
y'all.
2 weeks.
Thank you.
2 weeks.
Take care, everybody.
Okay.
Sounds good. Take care, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, Nicole.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.